Hello, it's the 20th of March 2011. I fucked up. Last night I smoked 2 cigarettes at a family do. Not very impressed with myself really. But at the same time I kind of accept that I did, and can't really tell you why I did, because I don't really know. I'd had a bit to drink, other people were smoking. I've been at my sister's all weekend and people have been smoking there, so that might have had something to do with it. Plus I went round to my mates who was smoked a joint next to me. I think that was the first time I'd smelt cannabis for some time. And to be honest, it smelled really nice. I could have really done with having a smoke, but I didn't. I mean, I resisted having a joint. But maybe that and being around smoke all weekend and actually breathing it in, I suppose, passively, might have had something to do with my mind changing its mind and letting my willpower drop in. That and alcohol that I'd drunk on the night. To be honest, I kind of think I just wanted to rebel a little bit. So I did. Anyway, the experience, I remember from trying to give up before and then smoking again after a while. It was really enjoyable. I started spinning out a bit and going a bit wobbly. It was a proper buzz. It's a strong drug, and it worked as a drug. And gave me an effect. Whereas, when I was constantly smoking, you don't feel that effect. You're just smoking. So it was an enjoyable experience, I've got to admit. I smoked a tailor-made cigarette, which is not what I used to smoke anyway. It went down so quickly, it all went so quickly, and I got that head rush feeling, and went a bit squiggly. I quite enjoyed it, I've got to admit that. And then later on in the night I thought, oh fuck it, because I've had one now, well, I may as well just have another one, just whilst I'm at it. So I had two. But the second one I didn't get that buzz feeling. Didn't get it. It was just like smoking a cigarette for no reason. So there you go, yeah, fucked up. After 2.5 months of not smoking anything, which is quite surprising now when I think about it now. And I think about my diary entries previously where I, considered myself to have given up, and that was it. That I was successful. Obviously, it is going to carry on, and it's something I've got to be constantly aware of. I don't feel though like I'm a smoker, which is different. I just feel like I had a couple of drags of I just feel like I had a couple of cigarettes. Whereas before I felt like I was a smoker that was trying to give up. I feel like I'm a non-smoker that just had a couple of fags. So there is something different there. It has changed. But obviously, in the grand scheme of things, it was me being weak, really. So anyway, I've kind of got my head around that that's what I did. And I'm just a little bit gutted that I can't say I haven't smoked now for 2.5 months. Now all I can say is I've smoked 2 cigarettes in 2.5 months. And now to get back to 2.5 months again of not smoking a cigarette is going to take another 2.5 months. When what I could have been saying in those 2.5 months is I haven't smoked for 5 months. So it's a little bit confusing. I think it might be a slight struggle for me, but at the moment I'm a little bit hungover anyway. So hopefully the feelings I'm feeling will just pass as a hangover. And I can't tell whether I'm craving or not, to be honest, because I've got a slight hangover anyway from alcohol. So we'll see. I've got to go home. On my way home from Grimsby now. I'm in a service station, and I'm going to have to go and tell Kim, just because that's what's happened. So that's going to be a little bit embarrassing to go back and say I've smoked. But, you know, also in the grand scheme of things, it's 2 cigarettes in 2.5 months. I don't plan to do it again. It's not like I want to pick up a cigarette. And to be honest, when I got back to my sister's at the end of the night, there were cigarettes in the kitchen, and I could have picked one up. I even thought about having another one, actually. But I resisted. My willpower kicked back in again. So hopefully it's just something I did recreationally. Don't plan to do it again. And hopefully it's not too much of a problem. Just have to wait and see what happens. But I'm not planning to go back to smoking. And I did enjoy it. I know that's not right, but it was kind of worth it at the time, just for a little buzz. But there you go. So, from today, I've got to try to stop smoking. Back to day one, unfortunately. Anyway, see you later.